Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam yasha Allah, kuhaloyim la yawbashim yawashai, bahashem, kahakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. That by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to go off into the dietary law, considering things that we can eat out of the waters. So let's get this article real quick. This CBS News. It says man dies after eating raw oysters from seafood stand near St. Louis. So, hey, the Lord gave us, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the dietary law. Things that we could eat out of the waters, the type of cattle that we can eat, the type of fowl, of or bird family that we can eat. He gave us an entire group of things that we can eat, and he gave us things that we can't eat that are unclean, that'll, fuck you up. And a lot of our people are, doing real bad as far as disease-wise, especially as we get older as a people. We are plagued with a lot of different things like, diabetes, a lot of things like hypertension, high blood pressure, you name it, man. Big mama and them getting the legs cut off, and just all kinds of stuff. Arteries all clogged up, from bad diets. But anyway, let's get some of this real quick. Let's play the video real fast. It's only 30 seconds long.
Scientists say climate change may be to blame for an increase in the cases of people infected by flesh-eating bacteria in Philadelphia. A new study found that at least 5 men have been infected by the bacteria after being exposed to water or uncooked crabs from Delaware Bay since 2017.
In the 8 years before 2017, the same researchers only saw 1 case of the bacteria. Researchers say rising water temperatures could make it easier for the bacteria to thrive.
Okay, and hey, they're talking about climate change and all this other stuff, but this is something that the Lord told us not to deal with to begin with, man. Has nothing to do with no climate change. These are abominable things, man, to us as a people, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because, these other nations, these other races of people, they can almost eat anything, man, and it doesn't affect them. But when it comes to us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have a different spirit. The Lord gave us, we have a different spirit. He gave us a totally different spirit from these other nations. We can't do what they can do. And also, the Lord, he gave us the laws, the statutes, and commandments, that told us what we can and can't do. So when you go against the grain, you go against what the Lord told us not to do, then you're pretty much, you're tempting the Lord, so to speak. Hey, because a lot of our people, some of our people, man, they live into the 80s and 90s eating all this abominable shit. Some of our people, man, it doesn't last that long. But anyway, they're still destroyed going out, when you're older, you want to at least be as healthy as you possibly can be. You don't want to be out here hypertension, diabetes and high blood pressure and all kinds of shit that you have to have a foot or arm or something amputated. You're sitting in a chair. You got a goddamn oxygen tank on. You're obese. As a people, we are plagued with a lot of those things. Well, let's get some of this real quick. It says a man died after eating raw oysters from a seafood stand. Now, you're eating them raw. They're not even cooked. And see, a thing with our dietary law as well is we're to eat things well done. We're to eat our foods well done when it comes to meats and things of that nature. We're not supposed to have the eat the fat and the blood, because a lot of our people, man, they'll throw, we are in captivity. So it's not a lot that we can do in certain areas, but I broil a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going to eat meat, a lot of the times I broil it. That way it can, it can broil through, it can drip off, so to speak. Kind of let it sit in the sink and rinse down and let it sit and let it drain off as far as like bloods or whatever that could be in it. To the best of my ability, I try and do that. When it comes to certain like ground chunk or ground beef or anything like that, I definitely boil it first. I boil it. And you can see all the blood and all the fat start to come up to the top of the pot, basically. And, I basically scoop that out and let it boil and scoop it out. And then I put it in a sifter under the sink, run some hot water over it, and then shake it off, and then if you got to do it again, and you do it again. But you can see that stuff that's in there. You can see what's up on, and then at the same time too, with Esau, Edom, we're eating our bread defiled already in this land, the scripture says that we will eat our bread defiled among the, in captivity amongst the Gentiles. So we're not getting the best of anything, the best of the things and meats in anyway. So we have to do our due diligence and do the best we can, Now we're in captivity. We know that we can't completely do it, but we pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's the way that I do it. You know what I'm saying? By what the Lord showed me, because it's a lot of impurities that you can boil out of lawful meats. You know what I'm saying? I like to just boil it, broil it, grill it. You know what I'm saying? And because just throwing, say for instance, you're cooking some damn spaghetti, and you got the ground chunk in the pan. You're frying all that fat and blood into the, it's just, you can get rid of a lot of that. You can get rid of a lot of it. I'm not going to say you can get rid of 100% of it, but you can get rid of quite a bit of it. I have to say at least 80-90% of it, possibly, But like I said, once if you cook it, you break it down, and I rinse it. Like I rinse it with, hot water, and then, boil it again, so to speak. Now, it tastes a little bit different if you're coming out of the world and you're just used to just eating it, just out of the pack into the pan, so to speak. That's a huge difference. Trust me when I tell you. But it's better for you because you can re-season it. I mean, or, you can put a little olive oil into the pot and kind of, give it its own oil, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because generally when I boil it and you rinse it down like that, it's going to mainly take all that oil, the natural oil out of it, or the especially the fat, because you can kind of see that stuff bubbling on the top of the pot, especially the blood. You can see that's that brownness, that brown sludge. That's the, and once I came into this truth, I'm like, damn, I've been eating that all my life, but I've been doing that since I came in the truth. So maybe that'll help somebody, by the Spirit. Okay, but let's get some of the story, and I'm just going to grab a quick scripture. I'm not going to keep this long. It says, a man died after eating raw oysters from a seafood stand in St. Louis suburb of Manchester. So if you got any of you brothers out there in that area, and just in general, we're not supposed to be eating this, but you're not supposed to be, eating this stuff, man, because it'll mess you up. You never know, because a lot of our people have a real allergic reactions to stuff like this. Okay, it says, officials are urging the public to dispose of any oysters purchased recently from the business after the 54-year-old's death. And he probably been eating this shit all his life. The culprit in Thursday's death is the, Salakia if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Vibrio vulnificus bacteria, which doesn't make an oyster look, smell, or taste any different. The oysters were probably already contaminated when they arrived at the stand, St. Louis County Public Health said in a news release. The man had eaten them sometime in the past week. Okay. The release said the business, the fruit stand and seafood, is cooperating with the investigation, that there is no evidence that the business did anything to contaminate them. Okay, so they're basically saying it is, this particular bacteria is coming from the warming waters caused by climate change. But come on, man. Come on. Let's get the scriptures, though. Dietary law on this. Because the only thing that we can eat out of these waters, it has to have fins and scales. So now you may have a catfish. A catfish, it has fins, but it doesn't have scales. So what does that mean? It's unlawful to eat. It's unlawful to eat. And our people will demolish some damn catfish. Some damn catfish nuggets. And even before before I came into this truth, that was always the worst fish that I had ever tasted. I never ate catfish like that. It was just disgusting when I first tried it. It just looked nasty. The shit is just disgusting. It tastes like trash. But this is Leviticus 11 and 9. I'm gonna start there. This is the Levitical dietary law. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Now, if you see a fish, and or if you somewhere and you and they this is fish, you're at a restaurant and you ask them, well, what kind of fish is it? You can ask them, hey, well, does it have fins and scales? But to be on the safe side, Google it. Google this particular type of fish doesn't have fins and scales, because there are a lot of different fish that have fins and scales that our people don't know about, because we're only used to certain ones. It depends on what region you live in. It depends on where you live. We're not too we don't know about too many fish like that, here in the Americas. But like I said, it depends on what region you're in. Leviticus 11 and 10, it says, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So that goes for shrimp, crab, lobster, octopus, all this shit that they putting in on the jumbo or gumbo or jambalaya, whatever the hell. Jake out here eating damn seahorse, whale, gator. No, we're not supposed to be eating stuff like that, man. If it moves in that water and it doesn't have fins or scales, it just clearly said it. Let me read it back. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters. There's a lot of stuff that move in the waters. And of any living thing which is in the waters. So that clears everything. If it doesn't have fins and scales, it's in any type of water, from a damn pond to a creek. You're not supposed to be eating no damn crawfish, no goddamn calamari, no sushi. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be eating none of those things. It says they shall be an abomination unto you. Let me see. Let me go off into this, because they got verse 12 as well. Let's get the quick view on verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. See, you're supposed to avoid it, man. You're not supposed to eat those particular that particular sea life. Verse 12, it says, whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. See, in the NLT it says it shall be abhorrent to you. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be like, ew, yuck, ugh, nah. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be damn near about to throw up seeing it. You see what I'm saying? So let me see. Deuteronomy, it's pretty much the same thing, but let's go back into it. Yeah, Deuteronomy 14 and 9 and 14 and 10 is pretty much saying the same thing. 14 and 9, Deuteronomy 14 and 9, it says, these ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, all that have fins and scales shall ye eat. So like I said again, it's all types of fish out here that have fins and scales. From salmon to red snapper. It's so many. It's in the hunt. I'm not even sure, man. It's so many. Like I said again, it just depends on what region you're in. It says on verse 10, and whatsoever have not fins and scales ye may not eat, it is unclean unto you. And that's the reason why a lot of our people, you have people that can't even be around certain seafood. A lot of our people, they have it real bad when it comes to just being, something touching. You know what I'm saying? Just a cross contamination in a kitchen or a restaurant. And Jake, I hear them broke out and got the puffy face, man. Sometimes Jake don't even be knowing why they be fucked up, because they don't know that they're actually, a lot of our people are allergic to stuff like this, man. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to just touch on this, this for the newcomers that are just coming into this truth. Hey, beware, because we're in the summertime. A lot of people It's going to be a lot of fish fries, a lot of damn family reunions, and Jake will have anything in the pot, man. So just beware, you know what I'm saying? And if there's any stuff like that that's just being cooked in the kitchen, and you know, sometimes it's just best to just leave it all alone. Don't even worry about it. Don't even eat, man. You know, don't even eat, because there can be some cross contamination in it that can really fuck you up and kill you, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake, if your family is having a family reunion and they cooking all kinds of abominable shit, it's best to just not even, you know, grab a side or something. Hell, even that, you know, you might just want to just ease off and just say, no, I'm good. I ate already. I'm just here to see the family and I'm out, you know, so to speak. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.